Hello everyone, welcome to Super Coaching UPSC by Textbook. This is Venkatesh. In this session, we'll be discussing about the difference between rocks and minerals. What is the difference between rocks and minerals? How the formation of certain rocks and the availability of certain rocks in a region have a close connection with respect to the distributions of minerals in India. So when you talk about rock formations, that is also helping you to understand about the distributions of minerals. So without much wastage of time, let us discuss about these things. So what do you mean by the rocks? As you all know that when you talk about the rocks in India or in terms about rocks, rocks are a part of the endogenic processes where the volcano erupts and the rocks move across different things. We'll understand about their formations and all. What do you mean by rocks and what is the difference between, say, the element rocks, minerals? What is the difference between elements, minerals, rocks? If you know that the whole world, it is consisting of many elements. Combinations of minerals create combination of elements create minerals, and rocks are not found in single things, rather they are always found in minerals. So element, rock, mineral, understand the difference. For example, there are one of the two more popular elements available on the earth's surface, silicon, oxygen, right? So these are the elements, and these elements is what will make a mineral called quartz, and a granite, which is an aggregate of minerals. So rock, granitic rock, it is an igneous rock, it is an aggregate of minerals. So what is a rock? Aggregate of many minerals. They are not found exclusively. So a granitic rock, a popular igneous rock, it is part of a group of many minerals. Minerals consisting of many elements, right? Consisting of many elements. Say like you can see that quartz, it is a mix of silicon and oxygen. So rock, mineral, element. Granite is made up of quartz plus feldspar plus biotite, right? So granite is made up of quartz, feldspar and biotite. Quartz is made up of many elements like silicon and oxygen. So this is what is the difference. Elements, the earth's crust has consisting of many elements. These elements are not found exclusively. Mostly they are found in combinations with other available elements. The group of elements form a mineral, and these minerals are also not available in a straight way. Group of minerals form a rock, and through the rocks we are trying to extract, right? For example, iron ore, we extract iron. That iron is available as part of many kinds of elements together. Say we talk about ore, for example, an ore like iron ore like hematite, you find a decent amount of iron content, say around 70%. Magnetite, 70% of iron content in these kind of things. That is the difference between minerals, rocks and elements, right? Then what do you mean by study of rocks? Study of rocks is what we call it as petrology. Petrology. The more you study about the rocks, the more you understand about minerals. For example, coal. What do you mean by coal? We all know that coal is considered as a black gold, considering its importance in terms of carbon content. So how does coal develops? It is an accumulation of carbon content over thousands of years, isn't it? So it is like a sedimentary rock. So wherever you will find a sedimentary activity as a popular thing, you can find some kind of coal deposits. For example, some of the river banks in India has a decent amounts of coal, be it the Damodar river in the regions like Jharkhand, or a river like Godavari in the Telangana region, where you have some of the form of the mineral thing called Singareni colony, which is talking about the coal belt. It is along the banks of river Godavari. By the way, why do you think that the region like Middle East has so much oil? It is because it is part of the ancient Tethys Sea and its sediments and the marine deposits, which led to the development of the fossil fuels of petroleum crude oil. So, such kind of things, as we are trying to understand, it is nothing but we are trying to understand the minerals, and they are very much closely related with the rocks, right? So, let us try to understand about such things in detail today again. So, the linkages between these two. So, if you talk about rocks, there are three variety of rock formations. We have the igneous rock, which are rocks which are regarded as the primary rocks, which are formed out of the lava and magma. We have the sedimentary rocks, which formed because of erosion and deposition. Erosion of rocks and deposition at certain places. Settling, sedimentary rocks, and then we have the metamorphic rock. Metamorphic is rocks which change their form under the influence of pressure, volume, temperature. Any rock which changes its form under the influence of pressure, volume, temperature, we'll call it as a metamorphic rock. Then you can see here the first rock, whichever is formed always, you can see here the source of any rock on the earth's surface is the hot molten magma. When magma cools down very much quickly, that is what, in other words, when magma converts into lava, when it erupts, we call it as lava on the earth's surface. And when the lava cools down, because it solidifies very, very rapidly, the grains would not be stronger enough, would not be lengthier enough. You will find that the rocks are relatively less hard, and such rocks are found on the earth's surface. So there are certain rocks which form deep in the earth's surface, which relatively cool down with millions of years, where the grain size would be much more larger and they'll be becoming bigger. So that rocks are very, very hard. Say an example like granitic rock. Granite is an igneous rock found deep in the earth's surface. Because of that, or rather not deep in the earth's surface, that's the wrong thing, but you can say that granite is a very strong word. You do find much more stronger rocks than granite which are found deep inside the earth's surface. So we'll understand about that. And any rock which has been formed on the earth's surface, it is subjected to the forces of elements of weather and climate. The rock would disintegrate, break down. It will be transported by agents of erosion like wind, sea wave, the coastal river coastal in sea wave in the coastal region, the wind in the desert regions, and it will be deposited somewhere. As it deposited somewhere, a new rock is created. That is what we call it as sedimentary rocks. And these sediments will further, under the influence of pressure, volume, temperature impact, maybe because of some tectonic shifts, or maybe when these rocks come in contact with the magma, whatever, they undergo rapid change. Despite changes in the they undergo rapid change without much changes in their mineral composition. That is what we call it as metamorphic rock. Metamorphic means change the constituents of the alignment of the rocks, but not their major composition doesn't vary, but the alignment of the molecules would vary because of the pressure, volume, temperature. Say a granitic rock will change into gneiss. Coal will turn into graphite. Such kind of things which will be seeing it. Limestone into marble. That is metamorphic rock. Now all these things indicate about some mineral things as well. Let us understand about igneous rocks now in detail. So igneous means fire. Okay. So if you talk about the igneous rocks, the igneous rock meaning, it means fire. Because they are arising out of the formation of magma and lava. As the lava and magma erupts, they are calling it as primary rocks. What do we call them as? Primary rocks. And these primary rocks, as they are formed, you will see that they have a huge impact in terms of their development. For example, uh, when the rocks are forming out of lava and magma, igneous means fire, right? So they are called it as primary rocks because this is the base of formation. Say, if a rock is cooled down deep inside the earth's surface, we call them as intrusive rocks, and when it is cooled down on the earth's surface, it is called as extrusive rocks. Let me explain this. So example, this is a hot magma layer, okay, deep inside the earth's surface, and this is the surface of the earth. Now the magma layer would be connected onto the earth's surface by various processes. We all know the convective currents and various things, volcanism process as such. Now imagine that there is a volcanic activity which is happening here. Now what happens? This is lava. These rocks, when they erupt on the earth's surface, they cool down rapidly. Cool down rapidly. These are what we call extrusive rocks. Remember the word extrusive. Extrusive, outside. They are found outside the earth's interior, on the surface of the earth. They cool down rapidly. So that is called extrusive rock. There will be some rocks. For example, when the magma erupts here, okay, there will be some rocks which cool down here like this itself. Say a lava, a dome shaped structure which you can find sometimes. Sometimes you can also see a saucer shaped structures here as well. Saucer shaped structures. Sometimes as the lava erupts, okay, there will be horizontal connections and there will be vertical things as well. Now what do you think? These are all multiple volcanic landforms. Volcanic landforms. Say this is what we call it as laccolith. Okay, say horizontal and vertical things. These are what we call it as dikes and sills. Now what happens? Remember I told you a concept of Deccan lava plateau. So all these rocks, before I explain the Deccan lava plateau example, now all these things are inside the earth's surface. We call them as intrusive rocks. Intrusive rocks. For example, let me explain this. Remember I told you a concept of hotspot volcanism in a previous class. I told you that when the region of Karnataka, when the regions of the present Karnataka, present Karnataka, mostly Maharashtra, it is under the contact with the ancient remnants of volcanism in the reunion hotspot. There were some kind of volcanic structures which led to the Deccan Plateau basaltic lava sheet. So you find that when you go in the regions of Maharashtra and Karnataka, you will find deep inside there is decent amount of volcanic landforms. So you will find dikes, sills and all which are developed, laccoliths, batholiths and all. So these are a source of minerals. For example, Goa has a decent amount of mineral composition of iron. Similarly, Karnataka has decent composition of iron content. So such is the story. You can see whenever a landform is formed, you'll see that volcanic structures are there. When you find the vertical structures, you have the dikes. When you find the horizontal structures, you have the sills. So the dikes and the silks and the laccoliths and the lapoliths, they are a significant indication of mineral indication of landforms. And you can see here that, so these are what you call intrusive landforms, which are cooled out of magma, which take millions of years. Millions of years. For example, very deep inside the Earth's surface, we call them as plutonic rocks. Deep inside, this is what will take millions of years. Let me show you this picture again. You can see here, there is intrusive rock in the deep inside the earth. So you see plutonic rocks very deep inside the earth's surface, where the cooling time takes millions of years because they are still having decent amount of heat. These rocks are very large. They have large grains. Texture is large grains, which makes them very solid. The crystallization process which we have takes so much amount of time. What is that? The crystallization process takes a decent amount of time. So because of the crystallization process has decent amount of time, we'll have this kind of impact. Right? Now, imagine that there is intrusive nearer to the surface, but inside the Earth's surface. So deep inside, plutonic. Very nearer, we can say that, say something like hypabyssal rocks, which are in intermediate state between the lava and the deep interior of plutonic. Those we can say that intrusive hypabyssal rocks, where the cooling time is thousands of years, and when you come onto the surface, it will take seconds to months. So this is the dimensions you need to remember. Based on this, what kind of rocks do you actually find? What kind of rocks do you actually find? Say based on this, some important rocks names you need to remember. Say basalt. Basalt is an intrusive rock found out of it is an extrusive rock, an important rock. Similarly, andesitic rock. Now, this andesitic rock is an anthracite. Andesitic rock is a different. The nature of volcanism would be different now. Whether it is liquid, whether it is acidic, whether it is having around more amount of composition structures, they will be varying. So, andesite and basalt are popular important rocks. Similarly, another important you can remember is granite. Granite. These are the rocks which are very important. For example, now because of these things, what is the significance? Why are you learning about this? For example, any kind of statue, you will find that granitic rock is used. These rocks are used because they are not easily weathered. They are hard rocks because they are found out of the hot molten magma and lava. They are having long stability of not able to be weathered immediately. So they are used in the statues which can't be easily broken. They are used in the construction. They are used in the construction activity. If I am not wrong, the rock used even for the idol of Lord Sri Ram, recently where you are at the Ayodhya, it is brought forward from Karnataka. So it has some linkages with respect to the volcanic landforms. So they are very used in the statues, construction industries because of their hardness. For example, if you study about mineral-based minerals of regions of Deccan Plateau, you can develop a mineral-based industrial policy for regions like Deccan Plateau accordingly with respect to the availability of these kind of rocks. So what is the link which you can understand? Mineral-based industrial policy can be created, say for states like Telangana, Karnataka, Jharkhand. Already you have that mineral based policies. Now with the availability of technology and all, we can further use it. It is not like we are not having an understanding of these things. With this, we can also further use it. For example, these are the source of minerals. One such thing I'll try to tell you, around the pipe-like, vent-like structures which you have from the magma to the Earth's surface, along these ancient pipes which are connecting deep inside the Earth's surface, you will find some kind of mineral. So diamond is found along these pipe-like structures in South Africa. So in South Africa, one of the place where you find diamonds, they are part of these structures. So here they have found diamonds, right? So such things, because they take millions of years to cool down and all, here this is the opportunity for development of different kinds of minerals. And you all know that the earth is not relative, the earth is not a static portion. Change is the only thing which is constant. It is subjected to so many forces of endogenic forces. It is subjected to earthquakes. So what happens? Sometimes over a period of time, you can see here, this part would be eroded and this will be exposed to the earth's surface. Exposed to earth's surface. Now the moment this is exposed to earth's surface, what will happen? This will be a source of minerals. So you are learning rocks, but in other words, you are also understanding about the mineral distribution. Or else you'll go deep inside the earth's surface and get into these places and explore things. This is the nature of mineral composition and understanding about rocks. I hope you all have understood this. So what is your knowledge? First thing, understand what is a rock. Then understand about what is the type of rock. Understand about where are they found. And understand about their deposits. Then understand about certain kinds of formational process here. Then understand the examples I told you, like you can see about this is the formation and this is the example, andesite basalt. And the significance of a rock is the things like where they are used in the statues, where they are used in the construction industry as such. So you find wide variety of minerals, right? Because they are part of so what are the minerals? We can talk about iron. Okay, you can talk about things like you can talk about iron, you can talk about things like diamonds, which are available with this kind of rocks. Then further, right, then for example, if you talk about why Middle East has more oil, it is because of the sediments available of the ancient Tethys Sea. The sediments of ancient Tethys Sea, sediments available of the ancient Tethys Sea. So there you have found fossils. So ancient Tethys Sea, it is have more organic matter, and we all know that ocean is having that organic matter which reproduces quickly and die quickly, phytoplanktons, that will deal into fossils, and this is where you find crude oil. So this process is nothing but sedimentary rocks, organic sedimentary rocks, organic sedimentary rocks. So this is one such example. Similarly, you find in certain places where there is decent amount of coal, it indicates that once upon a time it is having decent amount of organic sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks means settling of the rocks. Sedimentary means what? Settling of the rocks. Right. So this is one such reason of why Middle East has so much amount of oil. Hope you have understood the linkages between rocks and minerals, how we need to connect them, what is the understanding and all, right? If you have any doubts about this topic and all, you can get into the Telegram channel and ask any doubts you have with me. This is the platform for you to interact directly with me. And if you want the PDF file of this session, you can get it here, right? So until then, you can get into the Telegram channel. So have a safe time. Until then, until we meet next time, goodbye to all of you. Happy learnings. Thank you.